And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 409. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, in a little bit after we have our usual, kind of guy bro conversations that you guys all know and love, we will be doing a comic book review on DCX Sonic the Hedgehog issue 4. So after this week, we will have one more issue to read and review, and that would mean that this mini series of 5 issues is over. And then we're going to move on to, I have no idea what the fuck we're going to be reading and reviewing. Might pick up some of those absolute titles that I'm really, really far behind on and start going through them. Or would I just cheat and go and get the trades or the hardcovers and then just do it that way? I think I might do that for some of them. Like, for anything that's pretty much not Batman, I'll pretty much just read the single issues while also still buying the trades or whatever, because I just liked Absolute Batman a lot. But like for the other ones, I like Absolute Flash quite a bit, so that one I'll probably still read single issues. But like Absolute Martian Manhunter, Absolute Green Lantern, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman. I heard Superman got way better because I read that first issue and that was
Yeah,
bad.
I actually really like the last issue that just came out
Absolute Superman
last week. Yeah, it's really
Good
good.
Lord. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'll keep 3 that I read and review as like the single issues here. But the other ones, if we're ever to like review them, probably just review them on like trades or whatever. I did read the first 3 issues of Absolute Wonder Woman. I don't think they were that bad, but I was like, you know what? I don't know. It just depends.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the variety I have available to me, out of all the cereal,
I get
Wonder
what you
Woman,
mean.
Absolute Wonder Woman would be like Cocoa Puffs. No, that'd be like Green Lantern. Different. But I don't know. Absolute Wonder Woman would be like not an S tier cereal, but like a B tier cereal. It's like I don't have to buy 2 boxes of this. I can buy this kind of like whenever I'm craving it. Like Absolute Batman and Absolute Flash to me are like Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Apple Jacks, stuff like that. Like true S tier stuff right there. Absolute Wonder Woman, kind of like Lucky Charms, tricks. Every once in a while you have them. You're like, these are this is kind of good. But every time, but in the morning, would that be your go-to box of cereal you'd eat? I don't know, actually. Also, if you guys have not realized this, it's Wednesday, and that means it is New Comic Book Wednesday. And we will be looking at some of the new issues that are going to be coming out. Also, as I told you guys this, on I think the last episode of the MSK show, I'm going to be working on getting the rest of the Iron Man and Cloud9 podcasts episodes uploaded to the podcast platforms, so that way when those are all uploaded and done, I can finally upload the episodes of the MSK show to the podcast platforms. If you guys don't know, you actually can listen and watch the podcast that I've put out on Spotify. So it was I essentially did the Cloud9 podcast first. That's continuity issues we all have messed up around here because we're essentially like DC and Marvel Comics. Or continuity doesn't matter around here at all. So if you go on Spotify and you type in my name, Master Swag King, the MSK Show Cloud9 podcast, you can watch in the description box below. It's all in order anyway, so that way you'll know what you're watching first. You can watch the latest stuff, or you can watch stuff from the very beginning. The Nightwing podcast, Cloud9 podcast, the Iron Man podcast, and I will be uploading the episodes of the MSK show after I get done uploading the rest of these episodes that I still have to upload from my prior podcast before I started this one, and then my esports and sports one as well. And I'm also currently uploading all of my podcasts and game streams to Rumble. And then after that's done, I'm going to upload all my pre-recorded content that I've done on this channel over there. But the only place you can watch the Nightwing podcast is on Spotify, and the Iron Man podcast, the only place to watch that is essentially on Rumble. Anything pre-episode 500, episodes 1 through 499 are just all on there. So there is some exclusivity that I gave you guys out there. Some nice ongoing series. Think of it like this. I put out some omnibuses. They're pretty big. They're pretty meaty. They're pretty thick, but those runs ended, and now we're on this as our newest omnibus, to go through now. Emily, hello. How are you doing? WZ aren't supposed to be in bed. Dingus might go. Wait. What?
What? Great to have you here, always.
Insane. Hi, Emily. Oh, and Mac, my little oat flake. Oh my goodness. But hey, I'm a huge fan of Frosted Flakes. The Kellogg Tiger is awesome, you know. But speaking of Captain Crunch is also very good too. Truly S tier stuff there, you know. I gotta be reading on the truly S tier stuff. What's really crazy about comic books is people don't actually understand is a lot of people would always say this narrative. They're like, well, everything is bad. Well, guys, contrary to popular belief, not only can not one single person afford everything that comes out, it is literally virtually impossible to read everything that comes out even before new books come out the next week. Unless you are literally just a fucking worthless, disgusting, smelly nerd who has no job.
As I say, if you were paid to do that, you know?
Yeah, so like this notion that everything sucks is kind of disingenuous because, well, you can't read everything. Also, I don't think the average person that even is even interested in this stuff when they buy single issue floppies and they get them on their pull list or they buy them at their local comic shop. There's no way you're buying everything, even if you were buying just strictly Marvel or DC or Image stuff. There's no way that's not a thing, right? So what happens is people buy like the big character stuff and then they judge every other character stuff off that. That's what happens. Like if I bought Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and X-Men, well, if those books suck, then there's no reason for me to believe the smaller tier stuff would be good, right? It's kind of a flawed logic because that shouldn't be the overall line of thinking you have with something like that. It should be like, hey, let's try and go out and see if this other stuff is worth it. Now, from what I know, that could be very hit or miss, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Well, how was your week, man?
It's been good. Can't complain too much. Just been a chill week. Trying to think if I've done anything special, but I don't think so.
The month just started. You're 21 days in. You're already taking fat L's.
What was I doing this weekend? I really wasn't up to much, I think.
Good Lord.
I know. I'm having a terrible time remembering what the hell I was just up to. It's terrible.
Oh, God. And you're going to do a video with Warren today or tomorrow, I think, right?
I already have one recorded. I'm dropping tomorrow, and we're recording another one tomorrow.
Okay. Let's go and see what were some of the last videos you put out.
Last video I just put out was I actually need to promote this one more. I just did a interview with an indie comic artist and writer, Jay Hammond, somebody who I've actually met a few times in person at local cons, as he's actually local talent to the area I live in. And so I just had him on, and I'm very it was a great little conversation that we had. And so it was fun having him on.
I know you also reviewed it's the Wolverine original miniseries. It's like that 4-issue hardcover.
Frank Miller, I got it wasn't a hardcover of that. I already put it up on the other side of my room, but I got the paperback deluxe edition that they released.
Yeah, I had the hardcover. That thing was cool as fuck.
Yeah, so it's the 4 issues, and then it also includes X-Men issues 172 and 173, which serves as like a follow-up to it. And so we actually reviewed that in that video as well.
Yeah, man, there's the G.I. Joe stuff. I have to go and find my Duke traits. I bought 2 of them. I literally can't find them. I don't know where they're at. If I see it at a Barnes & Noble, I will end up just getting it a third time. I don't care.
That's funny. Duke was really good. Both me and Warren were like really surprised by like how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Joshua Williamson also, I know, wrote both 5-issue miniseries, which is crazy because if you guys don't know about Joshua Williamson, at one point this guy was probably writing like 10 titles. Yeah, like the Energon universe stuff, all the stuff at DC, the multiple different books at DC he was on. Like, good loving fucking God. Yeah, he was probably really happy.
Stay busy.
Yeah, he was probably really happy he got switched off of Batman and Robin before Phil Kennedy Johnson took over it, because dude's out here writing like every single book known to man.
I'm looking forward to his Iron Man. It's actually one of the few things from Marvel I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that is probably something we're gonna have to probably review as an ongoing here, because I'm super excited about that.
It's good. We'll see.
Man.
Yeah, I know I'm ready for it. Next week. It comes out next week.
I hope it's not like one of those books that just, you get 5 episodes into the first season. You're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Oh my God, there's 2 dudes kissing. Well, it's about to go to the complete shitter. Oh God.
One way to find out.
Yeah, that's true. Only way to find out is to buy a book. Guys, yes, a black person can read. It is definitely true. All right, so new comic book Wednesday. I actually almost had a NASQUAC moment here last week when I don't know what I said. I think I said X-Men was Star Wars or something like that. Just complete, utter disgusting.
I don't remember what it was, but it's certainly something. I only have 3 issues on my pull list for this week. What about you?
Let me see.
Wait, maybe I have 4. Is that hold on?
I know
maybe there's 4.
I've not read this Captain America series yet by Chip Zdarsky.
I hear it's really good, and I saw like a screenshot or 2 from this issue. It looks really good. I want to read it like really bad.
So I'm still buying it, but I don't know if I'll even have time to get to it. Probably I'll have to read and review it when the first trade comes out. Amazing Spider-Man, which is crazy because I was buying all the Amazing Spider-Man issues in order. And if I look on my League of Comics Geeks, if I look at my mycomicshop.com orders for Amazing Spider-Man, before I get my pull list this week when I get paid, if I look at my account, what was the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man I bought? Let me see. All items ordered. History. Amazing Spider-Man 2025 8th series. The last single issue I bought was issue 9. I bought the first, which is crazy. I missed issue 3. So I bought issues 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
God. What is wrong with you? Okay.
I don't know how I missed issue
the first
3.
I didn't only bought the first one. I'm curious about reading some of it, but yeah.
I know Laps doesn't think it's very good. He said it's very, very lackluster, but I don't know. I don't know how I would just randomly miss issue 3. What the fuck is wrong with me? Good Lord.
We could really get deep into that, but we probably
wait a minute.
Get into that. So we'll just leave it there.
Are you saying I'm fucking insane?
There could be 2 of us here, but that's fine. Go on.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh my God. I know Absolute Batman issue 1 is going to be on its 10th printing.
It's insane. We're doing really good. I like it.
Oh, I almost didn't add that book to my pull list. I think I did, but I'm going to make sure I do it in just a moment. I forgot to put in one of them here in just a moment. Let me make sure I didn't double do it. Yeah. Okay.
To be honest, how often do you buy the same issue multiple times?
We don't need to. Oh my God, something happened with that I don't want to explain to people. It was something that should never be explained to normal humans on this planet. Oh my God, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to go back to my order here. God damn it! All right, as I'm doing that. All right, so the Amazing Spider-Man issue 20. I'm trying to find it right now. So it should be in the A section. Amazing Spider-Man should be in the A section. Yep, because I can read. Adventure Time.
Sure?
Who the fuck's reading that? Fuck's reading that trash? Who the fuck likes Adventure Time? Adventure Time is for losers. Who'd watch that?
I've never cared for it.
I've never met a person who likes it, unless you're probably some fucking weirdo.
Adventure Time came at a time where it was like it really hit like my age group, but I was never into it personally.
Yeah, came out back when I was a little bit too old for that stuff. I wasn't a nerd anymore.
Right, sure.
So Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. I missed out on one of the issues for the first 9. And then I haven't been back to buy them. Oh, God. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just wait for trades. Doesn't matter. All right. Big titles coming out this week. Nightwing.
Yeah, I only have 3 on my list this week.
Yeah, for me,
I have Titans is one of them because I'm reading all the DC KO stuff. Green Lantern Galactic Slam right there is another one I'm looking forward to.
I got this one too.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Wolverine, I got this. You guys know
I have not been keeping up with that. I need to though.
You guys know why I like Superman Unlimited. I did get this, obviously. Daredevil and Punisher.
I hear good things about that.
I bought the first 2 issues, so I added this in. Obviously, Rogue. I love women. Obviously, I'm straight as a highway. This cover, I bought it for purely the
like
covers.
That.
Hey man, I bought this purely for the covers. Oh my god.
That one specifically?
No. I wanted this one. No, these are all good. God damn it. They're all too good.
I like that Catwoman cover though. I don't read Catwoman, but I like that.
No straight man would do that, obviously, because Catwoman is I don't know how that character survives this long in ongoing series. I don't know who this Catwoman.
It's kind of surprising, isn't it?
I'm surprised. Nightwing can have his own ongoing series, and Catwoman. Fucking insane. Who is following Catwoman? How many people are even? I hate life. Also, Spider-Man 94 issue 5. So yeah, like with the DC X on the Hedgehog miniseries, we're reading and reviewing on the show and on the and have been doing on the channel for the past couple of weeks. Spider-Man 994 finishes its 5-issue miniseries this week, the final showdown. Hopefully it's good, because I did buy all the single issues, but I kind of wanted to go back and rewatch the series and then eventually just review this when it's in a trade, so it's just all fresh in my mind.
I would like to read watch all the series as well.
New Avengers 8, I did get this.
Alienverse, yes, that is on mine.
I almost forgot this, so I did go back, and this was the book that I added. I was like, wait, that came out? All right, I gotta add it in.
There you go.
Psylocke Ninja #1. I did not pull this because I'm not a fucking loser, but there's a lot of thighs there. That's a lot of thigh action there. Good lord. I remember when the actress said she could deep throat a hot dog at a Comic-Con one time, and I was like, I don't know why she needed to say that, but I mean, that's the only thing I remember from X-Men Apocalypse was her saying that at a Comic-Con, which isn't even
I
fucking
never heard that, and that's definitely more memorable than about anything that happened in that movie as well.
It's such a fall from grace, because the first 2 are such bangers, and that one is just
that's true. Wow. That's true. And then it somehow gets even worse.
I dipped out after that one. I was like, people like, you watched I watched Dark Phoenix. I watched Apocalypse and wanted to hang myself. So I dipped out for good time.
Yeah. Well,
Cul-de-sac. What the hell?
Good for
you. There's another series on here. More, and then this is from Image, because I know a lot of people are always asking, like, what are series that is not like cape shit. Mark Silvestri, who I think is one of the original founders of Image, I think actually is writing this series called The Darkness. This might be something you guys might like. 48 pages, $4.99 for an issue 1. It looks pretty cool. I mean,
I mean, this is a renumbering, reboot of or a restart. I don't know if it's like a complete reboot or if it's just like a new #1 that's set later on.
Yeah.
But he's done that for a long time, because that's set in the same universe as something else that's really big. Witchblade, which is also having a new issue come out.
Witchblade. All right. So Absolute Batman 2020 annual #1. This is the second printing.
Nice.
Oh god. So many controversies surrounding this. It's so cringe. Daniel Warren Johnson. Oh, Daniel Warren Johnson. Oh, why are you such a moron? I hate you. It's fine. Absolute Batman #1. It's on its 10th printing. Issue 1 of Absolute Batman. If you bought that first printing, is going for like $135 for some reason. I don't know why. Why? There's nothing different about this except the fucking lettering up here is red. There's nothing different about this. It's just red. That's it. But leave it to people to buy this up, actually. Oh my god. The second volume for Nightwing under Dan Waters is run on the character. If you haven't been reading Nightwing, get the first volume and then get that one. A new DC Compact comic comes out this week. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, DC Compact Comics edition.
I need to read that. I'm looking at maybe buying Gotham by Gaslight sometime.
So to be honest, guys, I might own this stuff already in the better format, but I just buy the compact version because I'm just like a crazy lunatic, honestly. Chainsaw Man, chapter 227. Bruh. New history of the DC universe.
I do want to
hardcover.
buy that at some point.
One Piece chapter 1171. Jeez. This has more
Insane.
chapters in it than Detective Comics and Action Comics. Oda just pen, paper, link. Just bro's been
Ranking
going.
them.
I literally don't know how this man's alive. Because come on, guys, One Piece manga starts in like, I don't know, like early 2000s. Like Detective Comics and Action Comics have like what, 30, 40 years on it, and this guy's actually surpassed.
Do those come out like nearly weekly?
It's come out weekly pretty much ever since I can even remember, honestly.
Jesus, that's insane.
That's actually insane, the amount of dedication.
It really is.
Good lord. I will say, if you're gonna watch One Piece, I would always say read the manga. Manga's way more faster paced, and I believe the manga is truly better in my opinion. And people are like, but how would I read 1,000 chapters? Okay, fucking retard. This is a thing called a 3-in-1. You buy the first One Piece 3-in-1. You can get it at a Walmart for like $10. You read those first 3 volumes in that one book for $10. You see if you like it. If you don't, you shove it up your ass. It's not that hard, obviously. Is there really a series from Image Comics called Good as Dead? Are you fucking serious? What else is here? Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma from DC Black Label. Okay, what else is here? There's supposed to be some omnibuses coming out. DC's Finest, The Doom Patrol, The Death of Doom Patrol, New DC's Finest, Scarlet, The Vision, and the Scarlet Witch, Fear the Reaper. This is always Steve Orlando getting a 10-issue miniseries on Scarlet Witch, Marvel cancels it, do it again.
Yeah.
No, guys, first it was Scarlet Witch, then it was Scarlet Witch, then it was Scarlet Witch Quicksilver, then it was Scarlet Witch, then it was the Vision. Oh my god, this is like the 5th reboot. Not even a reboot, it's the same shit. This is the same team.
Runner, yeah.
Scarlet Witch, Scarlet and Quicksilver, the Vision and Scarlet Witch. Does she like fucking office supplies if she has sex with Vision?
This is too deep of a conversation, I think, to get into right now.
Oh my god. DK, what's up, man? What else we have here? Sakamoto Days is on chapter 244. The Thing, The King of Yancey Street.
I'm curious to check that one out.
Green Lantern by Robert Venditti gets a second omnibus coming out this week. The Invincibles Compendium, trade paperback. I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be. You have X-Men Epic Collection, Bishop's Crossing, and Ultimate X-Men Omnibus Volume 3. Then the various reprints of the Transformer run by Daniel Warren Johnson. I think that's it. That's it for the most part. The rest is just digital and all that shit. What's this got? Almost 1,000 pages. Jesus Christ, man. And I'm pretty sure this wraps up his run on Green Lantern. I'm pretty sure. Or there might be another volume.
No, I'm not completely sure. I've collected some of that stuff in single issues. Some of it, not all of it, though. I need to get back into...
The Invincibles Compendium. This is written by Grant Morrison.
That's cool, though.
Invisibles. Volume 20 in the X-Men Epic Collections. Yeah. Nice. As they're already on Volume 30. I love it. Hey, don't you guys love it when you're following a fucking series and you're in just like, hey, this is Volume 20. Wait a minute. I'm on Volume 30. The fuck's going on here? I don't even know. Crazy. But what did you think about DC Comics having their big year in 2025?
I think it's great to see. I mean, I think it's really well deserved. I think DC All In has been a great initiative. I think since I started reading comics heavily, I think it's probably the best initiative that they've had. Obviously, with me being like super deep into comics, it's more of something more over like the last recent years. But like, I've been there for at least the last few, and so I mean, semi-familiar with what they overall have to offer. But I think the all-in stuff has been great, so I'm glad to see it really paying off. And I think they really learned. They looked at Marvel and learned the good thing from them of what made those original Ultimate comics great.
Yeah.
And Marvel in a way I think helped tee up the Absolute Universe with bringing back their Ultimate Comics in a big way.
Mhm.
And now the growing desire for those kind of big alternate universe stories that's still faithful to the character has just been uh there's a desire for that Marvel set up, and that they're ending way too soon, and I think it's only going to help DC's success grow even more when Ultimate Universe is left. Well, all you got now is the Absolute Universe. And DC's been clear that the only way it's ending is when the sales drop on them.
And looking at how well the sales have been going, that's not going to slow down anytime soon. Now, I will tell people this. These things always have low points. Whenever it does get to that low point, I don't know when that's going to happen yet. But at some point, it would get to that. Or there's a good chance right now it kind of just stays this consistent for quite some time. The only real issue that Absolute Universe offers to DC is that it potentially has now made a lot of people like that more than the actual main product. So if that Absolute Universe ever ends, then are people just going to magically go back to the main universe? Because I don't know how that works at this point now.
It's a good question.
Could argue Absolute Superman is more popular than the main Superman book being written by Joshua Williamson right now, and the stuff in Action Comics. Like Absolute Superman definitely sells better than those two currently right now. Sure. Like it's good lord, it's all the alternate counterparts eat all the other counterparts alive. Actually, Absolute Martian Manhunter, guys, might be the best-selling Martian Manhunter comic book series of all time.
I think so.
Which is disgusting.
Well deserved too.
Yeah. It's actually insane to think about at this point, because Martian Manhunter are a character that is popular because of appearances not really in comic, not from his comic book appearances, but from appearances like Smallville and Supergirl and the Justice League animated series and Justice League Unlimited. You would think this character is some massive character they've had locked away that they've never showed you. No, he doesn't have shit really. He has 5 ongoing series he's ever had, some mini series.
Some characters are always meant for more of just being a side character, not a big one. I was just thinking about Cyborg is a very similar character.
Yeah.
He's always just more of a team member than just holding up on his own.
Yeah, I remember in Dawn of DC, they tried giving Cyborg his own series, and I think it lasted less than 5 issues. Something like that.
It was only I think it was only ever meant to be a mini series. I could be wrong about that.
Because I remember during Dawn of DC, they even gave Hawk Girl a series, and it's by herself without Hawkman, you're just thinking okay, that's not gonna be some series a lot of people just are gonna be buying and reading consistently. I know the biggest one that did very well was Jerry Adams' Green Lantern run. I know that did very, very well. But Dawn of DC, I think about it now and I go, what really was there, honestly? Didn't they stop everything for a month or two to do Night Terrors or whatever that shit was?
I hated that. Yeah. I mean, the best thing added on in DC was this new era of Green Lantern. I think we also got the Superman. Wasn't that when Superman began as well by Joshua Williamson?
Right. Yeah, that's
was there a bit of that.
Yeah, I did. Too, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much else. I hated wait, was Dawn of DC was when Zdarsky's Batman started, right?
When I was looking into that stuff, that guy's run was already on issue 1. It's on issue 140 or 130 or something like that. It was it was already past that whole Zernar shit he was doing. It was because the 4th trade hadn't even come out yet. I remember he was on issue 1. It was on issue about issue 130 roughly, because his run ended at issue 157. So it's about a good 2 years of issues there, because it was coming out pretty consistently. I remember what's crazy is Jorge Jimenez, he did a cover that everyone really likes now, which is the one where it's Batman on the first All In. I think it's Batman issue 153, where it's the first All In Batman single issue title, and he's just throwing the bat rings like this. Jorge Jimenez is just too good. It's just man, good lord.
He's a great artist.
Oh, good art will definitely trump a lot of the horrible writing that could exist in comic books. Just tell you guys that right now. But what I liked about All In was that they didn't reboot anything. I think that was something that it's crazy how they didn't learn this throughout many years. People don't like reboots, guys, in comic books, because it invalidates the shit you've bought and read. It just basically means that well, fuck it. Whatever you invested into doesn't matter, right? But for the first time from Dawn of DC to All In, DC went, you know what? We're not rebooting. What we're gonna do is swap the teams out. Everyone's gonna do that Spider-Man meme. It took you only checks no 5 decades to do that. Congratulations, you finally learned. Fuck me, right?
They did a pretty good job, and we got some good serious stuff out of it as well. I really like reading the Green Lantern Corps series out of it. That came from. I actually highly recommend that.
Yeah,
which I'm really looking forward to.
I wonder what else happened. Like for Marvel, yeah, the alternate universe is ending. I think it's coming from a lot of things. I don't think Jonathan Hickman wants to get screwed again because obviously when he was doing like his X-Men run, they basically just upended the guy and just put someone else in there to finish his shit. He probably wasn't happy about that. He's not. I don't see him as the guy that just straight up shits on people. I think he's the guy where it's like, yeah, you know, the company made a decision, and that's kind of what happened.
Whatever.
Yeah. What he secretly means is like, no, they kind of just threw me under the bus.
He probably, he's probably careful with his words where he says enough, but then not too bad at the end of the day because he still gets a lot of work there. And so I don't know. I believe he's talked about what his original plans were for it. And, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I know he was only signed on for 24 issues, which is obviously 2 years. But you would think that Marvel, given how successful that line has been for them, at least just because Spider-Man, because the best-selling titles for them are Ultimate Wolverine, which I read a few issues of, very, very good stuff there, which is I didn't really have that much hopes for it when I was like, you know what, this outfit looks cool. This looks like a cool concept. Yeah. I was like, who knows? Fuck it. I read the first few issues. I was like, oh my god, comic gasms. Oh, good lord. And the Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man, those are their best-selling books. And it's like, you know, you could just keep doing this. Or, you know, and I will say, you put someone else on the book, not Jonathan Hickman, they probably don't do as good of a job. They're probably thinking that, or they just want to end it off on a high note. I don't think it's any of that really, guys, when it comes to these companies. I think they're looking at it on like a spreadsheet. You know, we're spending this much money making these extra titles for a universe that's not in our mainline continuity, so we could cut all these books out and save money. That's what they're probably thinking. Now, they could also hate fans too and be like, hey, fuck you guys, and you guys can't get what you want. I imagine there's some level
I heard it. To my understanding, what happened there as far as all the Ultimate Universe stuff goes on is going on there is the writers were only on board for the first 2-year plan, and then they were like, we don't want to do anything else except for one of them. But since most of them were there, they were like, okay, I guess we're just going to end it.
Yeah, because I think the writers know that not just like editors, but the executives that run that department, there's just no way, even if I disagree with some of them, maybe like politically or whatever, they know in their heads, this is all going to fall apart at some point. One of many things could happen. First one, Marvel has the editors tell them to put in stupid shit. Then that stupid shit goes into their books. Then people don't like the books. Then the sales would tank, right? Or they go, you know what? 2 years is long enough to give these people what they want, but I'm not committed long term. It's like when I have sex with women. It's not long term. Only lasts like 8 seconds, and then they're gone. As you guys know, that's not long term. They actually usually hate me for that. But no, I understand why they wouldn't want to get tied down long term, because as you guys know, you guys don't make that much money. There's not much money to be made with doing this stuff. I mean, I think Bleeding Cool revealed like what the artists make. I don't know what the writers make, but the artists apparently make like $37K. They're essentially making like $37K essentially. And if you guys don't know what that is slightly below or above minimum wage, depending on where you live, obviously. But I want you guys to know, $37K is nothing. If you made $37K in Los Angeles, you would live in a box. Or you would live in Section 8, which is horrible. That would be even just as bad. I might as well live on the streets. Can't live in New York and fucking LA or California on $37K. That's ridiculous. But people have said you could do it if you really crunch the numbers, if you do multiple titles. Why do you guys think Dan Mora does all those variant covers? Why do you guys think Dan Mora does all those series? Because he makes a lot of money. I imagine he gets paid a little bit more than other guys because of how much people like his work. Right? But he himself still has to do like 6 or 7 ongoing series. Why do you guys think he announced that he's only going to be doing like 1 or 2 ongoing series this year, and he's still open for commissions on variant covers for other companies because he's overworked. He just is, like they have a new guy for World's Finest. They have a new person coming in for maybe, I don't know about Justice League Unlimited. I think he's still going to be doing that. I think they might be swapping him out, but I remember because he was on Transformers now too, and I think the only 2 series he's going to be doing is Justice League Unlimited and the Transformers ongoing series now, because he was
actually
doing
he's only there for actually it just got revealed yesterday or the day before that at the end of this arc that Dan Moore is only doing this arc of Transformers.
Yeah, because he said he was only going to do 1 ongoing series. Yeah,
because issue 31 is a new artist and beginning of a new arc.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's only part of it for 6 issues.
That's actually insane. Oh God! So he only is going to be doing what? Justice League Unlimited. It looks like.
As far as we know, I mean, maybe you sign on to something else for now, as far as ongoing goes, but we'll see.
Good Lord. Yeah, we'll see how it goes for him. It looks like the only thing he constantly promotes is Justice League Unlimited. So I guess that's the only series he's really consistently doing.
Sure. Yeah.
Because he even did the crossover book. Remember, he did the crossover book not too long ago. This guy just does everything. Oh my God. Oh, the power. You don't care about this because you're cultured, but he announced that they're going to be doing the Power Rangers Art of Dan Mora features. Woo! God, I'm not one of those guys that buys books for the art. Technically, I do because I'm buying comic books, but I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys that buy
for the art.
Like if because like there's an Art of Jorge Jimenez book coming out, and it's just there's not dialogue, it's just art pages. I'm not really a fan of that. There's nothing there for me in that kind of aspect, but I might consider it. But that is pretty much it. We're gonna get into reviewing this book right now. I'm gonna inject some more fun into Dingus. I'm gonna just get a nice throw a spear at him. Ugh, he's gonna dodge.
Oh, ow!
Ugh, good Lord. You tell me at your college there's no more. Before we go, at your college, is there like nerds there?
Probably is. I'm not a very socially outgoing person in person. I'll be completely honest.
But you might find some hot ladies. You might find some hot ladies interested in comic books. All you gotta do is go up to girls and be like, dude, hey, I got a really big comic book collection. Wanna come over and see it?
I'll think that's the way to start a conversation, but hey.
Think how big it is? Hey, it's on them for assuming you're talking about dick size. I'm just saying books, Oh, wow. God, man.
Talk about one way to get me off of that campus very quick. Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness gracious. I go up to girls and be like, hey, yo, hot mama, what it tastes like. That wouldn't work, right?
That's even worse.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it works in comic books, guys, because Savage Dad is trying to get me to fucking promote 3 times the clearance. Like, I said that in a joke. I messed up because I meant to say 3 times the charm, and I said 3 times the clearance. Now, obviously, I'm kind of retarded, but it's one of those like I don't know why he's trying to make that a book. That's not going to be a comic book. Also, I'm not writing that. I would write the dumbest shit possible. Absolute most racist, dumbest shit possible. You couldn't promote that on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. No one's going to back that shit. If any of you guys back that, I know it only has like 5 backers. I know you yourself backed it. Imagine that. You make your own comic book, and then you're the one that backs it. It's like those idiots that like their own tweets. Like, I would never like my own tweets. I've ever did that, ever. But, God damn it.
Only time I do it is on accident.
Yeah.
That'll happen. That'll happen. And then you're like, no, I don't want to look like a dum-dum.
Oh. I don't know. Oh God, DC, what are you doing? Oh, guys, I know what happened on Twitter. I know they announced the writer potentially for the Batman Brave and the Bold. Okay, we're probably gonna end up covering it on
Oh boy, yeah, that happened.
I don't know if we'll be able to cover it Friday though, because me and Nate are going to be reviewing that new movie coming out with Chris Pratt called Mercy.
Oh
Maybe
yeah, I'm interested in watching that.
shit. Maybe we might cover it. No, I can't even cover it tonight. I'll have to sit on it for a little bit. I mean, I'll just get my quick general thoughts on it. Okay, I will say, and I'll be fair here. I'm not. I'm just going. This is the only fair point I'm giving here. Yes, I imagine there was executives that screwed over Birds of Prey. Obviously, we watched it. It's a pile of ass, horse shit. I'd rather actually lick shit coming out of a horse's mouth than watch that pile of ass anymore. I'd rather be strapped to a chair, butt naked, getting tasered in my balls than watch Birds of Prey ever again. That movie is pure, unfiltered horse shit. Literally and figuratively terrible. Now, she wrote it. That's probably one of the worst comic book movies in the modern era, barring that studio version of Suicide Squad that came out like some years ago. You know, that movie's gonna be 10 years old out later this year. So then, second of all,
God, that's wait.
Yeah, that studio cut of Suicide Squad, not David Ayer's version.
That.
It's
Yeah,
so bad. It's
I
gonna be
hate that
10
movie.
years old this year.
I think that might be the worst DC movie of all.
At least in the modern. It's
of
one
all
of the.
time.
It's definitely one of the worst comic book movies released in the modern era.
It is one of the worst of modern era. I think at least 2 movies beat it. I'd have to think more.
I think Birds of Prey and that movie are doing that Arnold Schwarzenegger and that one guy handshake meme. Both shitty in arms.
Similar.
They're similar. They're both 0 out of 10s.
They both have like some acting.
They have some acting. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, they have acting. They have directing. They have music.
Both of them have memorable castings, and the main thing that makes them at all watchable is having Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I like in Birds of Prey. I've only seen it once in theaters, but in Birds of Prey, I really like having Ewan McGregor as Black Mask.
I think the only thing decent about that Suicide Squad movie was the first opening of it, where they were actually showing. It was. I think that's the only good part about the movie. Everything else after that, when Batman apprehends Deadshot, after that whole movie's just, oh my goodness. Talk about a movie that starts out really strong and then just completely just that shit turbo to the floor.
It's rough.
So for Christina Hodson, she also wrote The Flash, or I think someone else wrote The Flash too. I'm just pointing out here, guys. The Flash and Birds of Prey are horrible. Why in my mind would I think that she could write a good Batman movie? She didn't even write good Batman scenes in Flash. Why would I think she could write a good Batman movie? But it's because you just don't like women. No, her fucking track record stinks with comic book movies. They're terrible. If you like these movies, cool, whatever. I don't care. But for me personally, those movies suck, and that's not just a red flag. That is if I'm playing soccer, I'm getting the red flag. The freaking referees just kick me off the field. You're like, sir, you're too black and rich and good looking. You must get off the field. You're scoring way too hard. You know, it's why does she get to write Batman Brave and the Bold? She hasn't proven anything. And people just say things like this. They go, but she made good stuff not comic book related.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, where does this mindset come from? Yes, she can. If she made good stuff not comic book related, that means that she's not good at making comic book related things. It's not
I'm also curious, just as a counterpoint to that, because I'm not saying I disagree with what you have, but as a counterpoint,
disagreement. Oh, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? But just as a counterpoint, I'm not sure how much this would have happened with Birds of Prey, but I know there's a lot of deviations that happen in The Flash from its original script, such as
I remember
supposedly the Nick Cage sequence that we got in it was completely different than what was originally planned.
Dude,
and so I'm curious.
Like 1,000 different writers,
right? So I'm curious what the original version of what she wrote of the Flash was, or what her version of it was before it even got. Because obviously they had to alter a lot too of while they were filming, or certain reshoots of that movie. Like that movie was just a jumbled mess, and obviously they felt like they had something there in the script, and that's why it never got canceled, right? And so anyway, I'm curious about what her like unfucked up version of the script was.
For Flash, I offer a not like a full pass. I give her some little bit of credence there, because with Flash, that movie went through, I don't know how many directors, how many writers, how many producers.
Yeah, a
Like,
lot.
given how many writers they went through until that movie started going into production, like around, was it like 2022? It started going into production,
Yeah.
like summer then. Yoink. I would imagine she turned in like the 40th script for that movie. There had to have been better
Yeah,
scripts than the ones she
it's
turned
that.
in. There's no way. They got 30 scripts turned in, and hers is the one. All right, RK Warner Brothers. Good lord.
It's yeah, that was just such a bad situation for that movie. The other counterpoint I'll bring too is we also have a different regime of how DC projects are moving forward, and I mean, obviously, we'll see if this stands true with Supergirl and Clayface, but having James Gunn having to make sure that he gives the stamp of approval and everything of what he believes is a good script go through, than just greenlighting anything that'll happen. Like, Marvel will greenlight anything, like think of what we're getting now with Wonder Man. Oh boy.
They're not even giving it the week-to-week treatment. They're just dumping
No,
that
they're not,
all
and
at
I
once.
thought they were originally. And then they're just not.
Took that shit out back like Old Yeller. Just
Oh god. Anyway.
the same thing
But
with
yeah.
Echo. Remember, Echo also came out the same fashion. They just dumped it all at once. They're like, you know
I
what? If
think
this comes out week to week, we might hang ourselves.
Oh no, it was Iron. One of them they broke into halves. Was it Ironheart they did?
Yeah,
half and half?
Ironheart and Daredevil came out in the weekly format, but
Ironheart
only
was
Echo
3
and Wonder
episodes to
Man.
3 episodes.
Yeah, only Echo and Wonder Man I know are gonna just be released all at once. Wait, what if season 3? Maybe
That was
got.
week. That was daily. That was every day
Oh my!
for a week.
Why? What's wrong with these people?
I'm pretty sure all of Marvel Zombies was one day, which that was not great.
Oh my god, that was the only one I was
Anyway,
hyped for at all.
yeah, that kind of sucked.
That was yeah, but yeah, just to, because we'll make a full video about this at some point on the show, guys. I have no faith in that chick writing comic book movies. I'm sorry. Like, I understand various things weren't her fault. I do understand that, but it's just, that is a massive red flag. That is like, bro, dude, what are you thinking?
It still is, yeah.
Oh my god! Like, he did say Andy Muschietti might not be directing the movie, but what does that mean? What do they pick names out of a hat? How about let's get Eli Roth. Let's get Eli Roth directing it. You know what? He directed Borderlands. Might as well. He got to get a big shot. He gets a big shot in Hollywood now. He can get to do Batman. Directed fucking.
Oh my god! Please no. Well, what I heard about Borderlands was he completely screwed up that script of Borderlands.
Yeah.
It was him who screwed up whoever originally wrote a great Borderlands script, and just because of that original great script was why you had the absolute banger cast of that movie. And I didn't even watch it because they screwed it up so bad. Apparently,
he also even revealed that he was pretty much just using that movie as a stepping stone to get more leeway into potentially writing a Star Wars or another bigger property movie, because I think a lot of these guys take on projects like those just so that they could get the opportunity and chance to direct something for a bigger IP. All right, we're gonna get the review here done in just a moment. All right, okay. Oh my god, this guy said Birds of Prey is literally fine. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, good literal god. Doesn't matter. I hate you people. I hate everything. If someone thinks Birds of Prey is good, you know what? I guess taking acid is good too. I guess
everyone, you could be subject to your own wrong opinion.
Oh my goodness. Oh, right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a comic book review on DC X Sonic the Hedgehog issue 4. So, if you guys have not had a chance to check out our previous comic book reviews on DC X Sonic the Hedgehog issues 1 through 3, I would highly recommend you guys go and watch those comic book reviews on DC X Sonic the Hedgehog issues 1 through 3 that we did. That way you guys can, hear and understand how we feel about those issues compared to this one. And we will be picking it off of where we left off. And I will also say, I do love the cardstock, kind of, I would say paper stock that they're using for this. I always wonder, why can't just this be the standard for how I feel a modern comic book? This cardstock kind of, material just makes the book feel way better. I really think that all comic books should have this. Like Image Comics, most of their books are like that. You have the cardstock cover like this to hold the book, and it makes it feel a lot more like better when you're holding it. Because I've compared the other books that don't have this. They're like fucking like I don't have grease on my hands when I read these stuff, and like my fingerprints will sometimes get on those, the ones that aren't in this kind of format. Like on this one, if I have my fingers on it for quite a bit of time, as you go to see, there's nothing there. So these are just made with way better material, honestly. But all right.
Yeah,
So how did
I
you
don't
feel about
mind.
this issue?
But one thing I will say is I don't mind paying an extra $1 for the card stocks, especially when
Me
it's
neither.
awesome covers like this too. As far as this issue goes, I think it's another solid issue. Yeah, I think it was a good other side of the coin for last issue, essentially.
Yeah, I think this
yeah.
one actually did what I wanted the other Sonic and Friends related issue to do. Because, like, essentially, for this issue, guys, so, like, with the last issue, Sonic and his friends were the Justice League, and they fought the main iconic villains for the Justice League individually. So, like, Shadow would fight Joker, Knuckles fought, in quotations, Lex Luthor, freaking Sonic fought versus Flash, and who else helped? Good, like Amy fought with Supergirl and Hawkgirl, actually, stuff like that. So you basically get the other side of the coin with this issue, and the Justice League fights and protects Sonic's universe this time around. I will say this one turned out a lot better because you got a lot more individual moments where the battles were a little bit more drawn out. I think the only one that really wasn't drawn out was like the Batman one. That one was kind of rushed, but it's basically essentially Batman outsmarting a robot. So like how much more could you really do with that? But other than that, I feel like this issue was pretty solid overall. I actually did enjoy it. I liked how the fights were a lot more dynamic. You got a lot more interactions with the other Sonic characters, so like the other Sonic characters that you probably wouldn't know of because they're not as popular because they appeared in Sonic comic book series. You get to see them here. You actually get to see Darkseid's, the main Darkseid minions that you didn't see in the other issues, like Granny Goodness is here. And then you also get, good Lord, I fucking can't remember names to save my fucking life. You also get people like Baron Vermin, who talks exactly like a French person. So we're gonna start there. I do. You know what? This cover, I actually like this. Speaking of ads, these ads were so annoying, these books, but I do like this cover. I think this cover right here is going to be one of those Superman ones that people look back on years from now and go, damn, that was a banger. I really do love this cover. I definitely bought this book. This cover is so damn good.
I regret not picking up that book. Anyway,
what are we gonna do with you? Oh my god. So we're gonna start off right here. And look, Batman taking on fucking Metal Sonic. Who wouldn't like that? How did Batman outsmart him? Who knows? Batman apparently could see Shadow and he stopped time because reasons, obviously. Who needs those? Then you get another ad. Obviously, cats are better than dogs, in my opinion. Dogs suck. So we get a look back on what actually happened when Sonic's and friends went to the DC world. And then we look at what ended up happening for when the Justice League was starting to stop Darkseid. And then what ended up happening was the Green Lantern essentially kind of stopped Sonic's world from getting sucked in to that Ragna device that Darkseid is trying to get powered up. And he manages to save all of them right here. But they also mentioned in the issue later in it that they need this Chaos Emeralds to actually power up this device that Cyborg needs so they can actually go back home, right? And they're also hoping that, Sonic's team and his friends are going to be able to take care of their world, which they did in the previous issue. So this issue, all focused on the Justice League. And then after that, they know they're on Sonic's Earth. They're kind of stuck here for a little bit. So after that, we get to a point where, same thing like the last issue, Wonder Woman goes and helps this character right here. And keep in mind, these characters I've actually not ever heard of, because I've not actually read a lot of the IDW Sonic stuff. So some of these characters were kind of new to me. But I know I've seen this chick before. So
she's from there's a Sonic DS game, I think it was when she first was
it
introduced.
was Sonic
I don't
Colors.
remember. Not Sonic Colors. It was a DS game. I don't remember what it's called, but it was like, I think it was actually the first ever Sonic game I've ever played. I don't remember what it was called though. It was a 2D side-scrolling Sonic game on DS though.
So Batman says Darkseid's dimensional engine is destabilizing the entire planet. Cyborg ends up saying, Batman's right. The fabric of space-time is in flux. I can't get us a clear path back to our world. Superman then says the Ragnarok looks like it's taking the brunt of the effect. For now, it might be enough to keep Darkseid occupied. So Darkseid's not finished yet. He's just being occupied with something else. So then, like I said before, now all the battles in the beginning. So Wonder Woman ends up teaming up with Blaze to take out Stompa and Mad Harriet. What names are those? Just completely, just utterly ridiculous.
I don't know who those two characters are though.
Ridiculously cringe names.
And I think it's even more cringe is how they describe them. Bruiser of the female furries or Berserker of the female furries. It's like, what?
So, like with
maybe that says Furies.
Like with the last issue where Sonic and his friends were getting the Chaos Emeralds to go back to their planet, the DC heroes are doing the same thing. Wonder Woman fights with Blaze the Cat to take out Stompa and Mad Harriet. That doesn't last that long. She kind of just beats the shit out of them in less than a second.
Yes.
And then we get another ad for Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, because we really care about that, obviously.
That's something I wanted to read, but I never got around to it. But anyway, go on.
If they did a cat book, maybe you have me, you know? So after that, you get the battle between Metal Sonic and Batman. Batman outmaneuvers Metal Sonic and ends up getting the Chaos Emerald. This was the only kind of fight I wish they dragged out a little bit longer, because this kind of happened so fast. But it's drawn beautifully. Yeah. I think the art in all the issues are actually drawn very beautifully, you know?
It was a fun action sequence, but they really don't give, I feel like, Batman much to do in this in general. But
yeah, he's also kind of just a back burner side character in most of the issues so far. Yeah.
But also I kind of found it weird how he was just able to I don't know, like, isn't like Metal Sonic must be somebody that's like almost as fast as Sonic, and then he see him on his bat cycle and just able to catch up to him. I thought that was kind of silly. Like, I get it that, like, you know, it's obviously the kind of character that works best for Batman to fight, but the way that he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna catch up to him with my bat cycle and use the grappling hook. Sorry, Metal Sonic would absolutely outrun that grappling hook right there. But anyway.
Yeah, because you see, he uses his grappling hook to latch onto Metal Sonic, and then Metal Sonic then runs up like this like bridge kind of line right there, and then he goes up with him, throws batarangs at him, and then it looks like Metal Sonic avoids him, but then it also looks like Metal Sonic drops the emerald. So this is the only part that's drawn bad for me. So like right here, as you guys can see, Metal Sonic is scared of something because Batman's just appearing right in front of him, obviously. It's drawn just so odd because he has the emerald in his hand, but just loses it. And it just, like before, it doesn't show how he really got it. It just ends up in his hand. Or like, it looks like he freaked out and dropped it.
He got rammed by the bat cycle, but it's not a great view of the bat cycle.
Right, yeah. Which is odd, because if that bat
cycle... Also, why does he even have his bat cycle in this universe? Hold on, I just realized this as well. Anyway, hold on.
Who needs reasons for this stuff?
Yeah, go on.
Then we get another ad. I'm joking, guys. Okay, so then we get Flash's turn. Flash faces off against Baron Vermin and the Deadly Six. Flash ends up taking out everybody pretty quickly, you know? And then
I love the Sonic Boom inspiration. Anyway, sorry, I just
and then after that, the Deadly Six are like, he's just like Sonic. No, he's not. He's a white guy. Sonic is a hedgehog. You fucking disgusting animal. Don't you dare insult Flash like that. No, all jokes aside, he's like, my strength is more than enough, and Flash is like, I'm out of here. He just runs away. It's my boy Barry. Get out of that situation. So then Flash ends up running into some of the same obstacles that Sonic does in the video games, which is kind of cool. It's like nice little fan servicey moments right there where Flash just runs around the little obstacle courses. That's kind of cool. And then you get the interaction with Superman and Eggman, which I think is probably
before you do that, before you get to that, sorry, is I found this speech bubble out of context hilarious that Flash says. His last thing he says there, where he's like, I know we're short on time, but apparently Empire City has an 8-lane highway loop-de-loop. Have to experience that. I'll be quick. I don't know. I just thought that was just a hilarious thing to say. It's like,
yeah.
You know, like you could actually help somebody else, or you could just do
nah.
That. Anyway,
no. Who needs to help people?
Yeah.
Who needs to help people?
I just found that.
I just
found that bubble hilarious, though.
It reminds me of that character, Soto Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh, where people made this meme about him. He was like, "Screw the rules. I have money." Oh God! So
I did my job, so let's have fun.
Oh God! He even says like this whole planet might come down in like 24 hours, but nah. Yeah, I'm gonna run some obstacle courses. Crazy. After that, we get Superman interacting with Dr. Eggman, and what's really
this
cool,
one I did like.
I think this one's cool. The best one because if you guys don't know, this is from Sonic Heroes actually. So Eggman.
I've never played that.
Yeah, so that is the final boss in Sonic Heroes, and Superman's just like,
I need to play it.
Superman's just standing there and just going. So what's crazy is Superman does the same shit that Knuckles does when he's talking to Lex Luthor. He just kind of outsmarts him. But with Superman, as you guys know, if Superman was in Sonic's universe, he would be more than God. It would be like all of you guys are like ants, even worse than it is in his own universe, right? So Eggman is in that machine he had from Sonic Heroes, tries to attack Superman, and obviously it doesn't work. This one, I always let you guys know that spear, if it actually were to hit Sonic, would murder him. He'd be dead. This is what it did to Superman. He just went, "That's cool." Bro, just broke. I imagine that's made of like titanium, hardest metals you can find on their planet. And he went, "That's awesome." He's not even scratched. He doesn't even care. We're talking like a character of that magnitude. And then he just takes the shield and throws it. It's like, what is this? Nothing. Oh, God. And Superman, obviously, he's not really into banter like that in this iteration of the character, so he doesn't really banter with Eggman. He's just like, where's the Chaos Emerald? Can we just stop doing this? He's like, it's downstairs. All right. So
it was a fun interaction.
I also the best interaction so far.
Probably, as far as the interactions themselves goes, that is probably is the best. I also really like what Eggman says here at the very end too. You know, at least use the elevator and don't wreck my battleship. I hate that Kryptonian as he just leaves. I love it.
Don't try to moralize me, you tourist. The Chaos Emerald. Where he's just throwing me on trying to hear that shit. Sonic would entertain that shit. He's just like, I'm not entertaining this. Please just tell me where that shit is. Then after that, we get into the other fun fight of the book. John Stewart takes on Granny Goodness. Granny Goodness finally makes her appearance. And it's 4. Granny Goodness is finally here.
Yippee!
And these little will-o-wisps, these things are from Sonic Colors, from what I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they end up powering John's ring. That was the coolest thing I've seen. They end up. I loved
it. This is because of that. That is my favorite issue of them because I just thought that was so cool seeing them do that. And I always like seeing when Lanterns get to do like really cool stuff like that because I think Lanterns is like underrated. So, and so I just love this interaction in particular, especially when you actually get to see him in action there.
So he's fighting Granny Goodness and the Wisp because she's threatening to take all their power. They're like, you know what? I'll give you my power. Okay. So they give him their power and he launches like some rainbow Kamehameha wave at like Granny Goodness. Just
so sick.
That was pretty cool. I think that was the highlight of the issue, seeing him do that.
Really cool. Yes. Also, I got to highlight something here really important. All right. I had a problem with John Stewart, Green Lantern, a couple issues ago, where he couldn't talk to the. Wow.
Good Lord.
He couldn't speak to the squirrel. All right, he couldn't understand the squirrel. Yet he's able to speak to these wisps,
and they understand him.
Yeah,
it's weird. I don't know if he's able to understand English.
Well, they obviously write it. They just put in random like emoji symbols or whatever in there for him. But like, obviously the ring's able to translate it for him here as it's meant to. But 2 issues ago, he couldn't. The ring wouldn't translate.
That's just odd.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's just like
I was just
he
saying,
couldn't talk to a cat. He could talk to a squirrel, but he could talk to angel mini ghosts. I don't know how that works. That's why
here it's the ring is meant to be the translator, and so here the ring like automatically translates it for him.
Yeah.
And so and that's why I had the problem a couple issues ago, and all I'm saying here is this is how it's meant to work. But didn't 2 issues ago, and that was my big nerd issue.
I'm so surprised Batman could see Shadow move when he did Chaos Control. I'm over here. I was like, all right, but after that, Green Lantern ends up getting he had to, of course, get the Green Emerald, and for some reason he was like, I don't have that much power left. My battery's out. The Emerald just charges him. Okay,
here we go.
They do have unlimited energy, as they always say. So that right there, see, that makes sense. They have unlimited energy. He needs energy that can power you up. Right. It doesn't make sense. It's like he couldn't understand a squirrel, but he can understand little mini ghosts. Okay, makes sense. No, it doesn't. So after that, they get back to Tails' lab, and then they actually get the device ready that Cyborg has been talking about, so they can use that to make a portal to get back to their world. And then right here, Cyborg says, now that I have a solid read on how the emeralds react to each other, I think I have a way to deal with our situation. The Ragnarok's dimensional engine has distorted the surrounding space-time and subspace too much for us to boom tube out. However, I can use the emerald's power to punch them through to our dimension. Their resonance with the emerald on the Ragnarok will create a conduit that should allow our friends to make contact. And Flash is like, I knew that line was coming. It's always the same line. It's like, could you explain this to me like I'm fucking retarded? It's always that same line. Every movie, every show does that. Person said something, I don't know, fancy. Hey, I just explained to you how the ocean works. Could you explain it to me like I'm 5? It's water and it moves. I don't know.
It's also wet, maybe. Debatable.
Is the earth flat? We're not doing that here. We're not getting those. Batman says we're locked in this dimension. We're slipping the key under the door so Sonic and the others can unlock the way from our dimension. So yes, if Sonic's team can get their part done, then if they get their part done, they can all interact again. Also, Mr. Terrific said in the last issue, he's detected them. So it obviously worked. So final part of the issue, they get their device ready. And as you guys know from the last issue, Sonic's team is ready because Mr. Terrific said he located them and got a read on them. And then they all come back rushing together. The gang's all here again. Best art piece of the book right here is this right there. Oh, that was really good. Final piece, awesome. They're all back.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And they're still wearing their Justice League outfits as well.
Oh, God. We're back. Did you miss us? Welcome home. Took you long enough. So, yeah, best part of the issue right there is the ending, which is not making that as an insult, but that was awesome to see. Then after that, that's it for DC X on the Hedgehog issue 4. Overall, it was paced fairly well. I think the fights between the Justice League characters and the Sonic villains was, in my opinion, a little bit better than the Sonic and friends fighting the Justice League villains. And I kind of figured that was going to be the case, though, because you'd have to really make some absolute bullshit reasons to the reason why Sonic and his team could beat their villains. They would be creamed. Guys, in their universe, I'm not lying to you. If they face like shit, let's put a not a powerful villain, but like a strong one. If they were to face Poison Ivy, I'm just gonna say if Sonic doesn't knock her out, she will strangle him to death. She will choke him to death. It's like, just saying, like Superman's weakest villain would probably beat all of them. I'm not being a dick. That's just facts. They face Parasite, that thing will murder them. So, good lord, Parasite's pretty fucking strong. Imagine if Sonic just faced Lobo. Sonic would be like, oh, it's a nice hedgehog pussy you got there, boy. Just kills him with a sword. Bro just slices his head off. But no, overall, I did enjoy this issue and can't wait to read issue 5. What were your final
Yeah.
thoughts and opinions on DC X on Hedgehog issue 4?
I mean, this just showed how I think the last issue kind of could have been. I think you brought up a good point though of it's easier to make more sense for DC heroes to fight against their particular situation versus Sonic fighting DC characters. Because, you know, when you talk about DC, I think it's best put in the way of what the current DC saga is called of gods and monsters. Well, that really is what the big thing DC is about. It's full of a bunch of different gods or monsters. There's not a lot of just regular people, you know, and as far as the huge DC heroes go, right? So, like, anyway, when you see that flip the other way around here, I think it made much better interactions. Like, I would agree with you that probably that Batman one was the weakest, just because of his action. You didn't have any substance to it. But
yeah, and it was drawn kind of clunky. You didn't really get a chance to see him do all the maneuvers.
It could have been a little better. You know, you could have had another page of action there to have made it better. Yeah. But even with all that aside, I still thought it was okay. And so, if your weakest point of this issue is just okay, I think that means it's a pretty solid issue overall.
Yeah.
And so, some of the Sonic stuff didn't mean as much stuff to me, or as much mean as much to me, just because I'm not as big of a Sonic fan. But I was still able to catch a lot of it and still appreciate it. And just overall, the interactions were a lot more balanced compared to last issue as well. You know, a great example, and I think it was my biggest weak point of last issue, if I remember right, is I thought how they did Lex Luthor was absolutely stupid in that issue. I hated his portrayal.
Yeah,
but here, when we got to see Superman and Dr. Eggman together, I thought it was such a great little fun interaction, and so I really like that. And so it was just those being able to balance those interactions better for all of them was great. Plus, letting Green Lantern, you know, do his thing when I just love Green Lantern so much. Like,
it was nice.
I could be here gushing Green Lantern. Like,
it was nice to see John Stewart get that moment. I did enjoy Superman and Eggman's interaction better than I did with Knuckles and Lex Luthor's. I think the only disservice they did between both issues was the Batman stuff. Batman and Metal Sonic and Shadow and Joker. That was just because it was just drawn so clunky. It's like I knew he hit him with the bat cycle, but it wasn't drawn fully. If you're gonna do that, I think to do that, that has to be just a full 2-page spread to get that done. No,
I don't know. It definitely could have been better.
Yeah. Other than that, no, I enjoyed this. Can't wait to finish the final issue. Just, you know, this one was a lot more better than the last issue, but last issue wasn't bad. This was just a lot more, not just expositionally better. I think it was just art was a bit stronger and a lot more dynamical fight scenes were taking place that I really enjoyed. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you've not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And also, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to be signing out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. All right. I don't know what I'm going to be doing later on today, guys. I think if I look at my schedule, I'm supposed to be streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel soon-ish. Probably an episode of the Cloud9 podcast with me and Chaz. I'm waiting on for him to hit me back. If not, then I'll probably just end up doing it with Wu-Ren, which is the other Warren that we had here. I'm just waiting on either one of them to hit me back, but we'll have a show regardless. If not, then I'll have to go to another plan. Actually, but
something.
Do you have anything planned you would like to let the audience know about?
Yeah. So, next, let's see, tomorrow, new Transformers video. I'm actually going to work on getting that ready as soon as I leave here. So yeah, new Transformers video. Taking this week off of Before the Cape. Plans are kind of fluid as far as what exactly will be happening next week, as far as what will be released next week. However, I haven't said this other than in my Discord. I haven't said this anywhere outright, but I will end this with saying next week I have a DC writer coming on to talk, which I'm very excited to get into. And it's so I'll next week be interviewing the writer of Green Lantern Corps and actually that Cyborg series we were just talking about as well.
Oh, really?
So
That's big.
yeah,
That's cool.
Morgan Hampton. So I'm excited to get into that. So stay tuned for that. So I'm probably not going to sit onto that interview too long unless I feel like I need to edit it a little bit. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
So I'm really
No, it's
excited for
good.
that.
Yeah.
First official like DC/Marvel talent. So I'm excited.
I had one lined up. I remember I did, but something happened. God, it wasn't even that bad. Maybe he chickened out because he realized that I'm a rich, charismatic, controversial figure. Maybe that's what it was.
Oh boy.
Good Lord, man. But I've seen Joshua Williamson on shows. That guy looks like he gives those one-word answers, and I'm like, nope, I couldn't do it. That conversation.
I'd love to have
like
him on sometime, but we'll see.
Good Lord, man, be giving you like one-word conversation. What's your favorite color? Red. Why? I don't know. I just like it. All right, time to get the rope. So, yeah, I'll probably be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, guys, or after that, I'll do an episode of the Cloud9 podcast, depending on if Chaz or Warren hit me up, because I'm just waiting on their answer, or maybe I do another one of my plan. I have a backup plan that I do.
Your backup.
Yep, I got another one just waiting in the wings. Hopefully, maybe he'll say yes.
Oh
gotta have these plans ready for the day. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show, and we will see you guys